Hey guys, what's going on? It's Blake Ruffino from Are You Serious Sports, and this AYS short is brought to you by BetOnline.ag. BetOnline is the fastest and easiest way for you to bet on all your sporting action. BetOnline has you covered for all the news, scores, odds, and updates. It's literally the best way for you to place all your bets, and the best thing is it's free to sign up. Head on over to the website. Again, that's betonline.ag. Use your mobile device to sign up today and receive your 50% welcome bonus for your first deposit. Again, that's betonline.ag. Betonline.ag. I have even gotten questions from people on Blake, what are you even talking about? What are you seeing? But this is kind of the cherry on top of the disrespect that LSU gets from a national perspective. LSU in football is number 2 in titles. Number 2 behind the University of Alabama with 3. They're number 2 in appearances with 4 behind Alabama. So Clemson doesn't have it. Oklahoma doesn't have it. Texas doesn't have it. None of these other teams, Ohio State doesn't have it. All these teams across college football that are the blue bloods, they're the blue bloods of college football. They don't have in the last 20 years, which really even in 16, they don't have the success of LSU. Nobody outside of Alabama has more national titles. So at what Rudy Poo point do you think that it's okay to say that LSU's a one-hit wonder? Then you got a guy from 247 talking about a recruit that's more than likely going to LSU and saying now that he's not a 5-star. I get that you Rudy Poos don't like Ed Orgeron. I get it. I get that you Rudy Poos don't like LSU for whatever reason because you're Alabama homers. You're Nick Saban homers. But at some point, you guys and these individuals have to be realistic about actually what goes on. 3 national titles in 16 years does not make you a one-hit wonder when other teams inside your conference hasn't won shit. Auburn won. Name another SEC team. I will wait. You have Florida that was in there in the early 2000s or 2009, 2010. What have they done since? They've won the SEC East. But you know what? Urban Meyer's not a one-hit wonder. Florida wasn't a one-hit wonder, even though Urban Meyer, you know what's even crazier to me about this? I was going to use this with J-Boy, so I hope he doesn't see it when we debate this. Is Urban Meyer not a good coach? Because at the end of his tenure at Florida, he was getting his ass kicked. So Ed Orgeron goes 5-5, and he's not a good coach? 51-16 of the last 5 years that he's been a head coach, but he's not a good coach. But you know what? Urban Meyer can go 4-7, but God don't. Ed Orgeron can't. Ed Orgeron can't go 5-5. You know what's also interesting to me about this? Nick Saban won a national title in 2003, and I know that I posted this on I say our message board. It's not really our message board. It's the comments on Facebook. How Nick Saban, after winning a national title, did absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing for LSU after he won it. So was 2003 LSU a one-hit wonder? That's interesting because the man never won here again. Just because he's making out with Candy Edwards underneath the bleachers and has to leave because his wife tells him that she's going to leave him and he has to really go to Miami. I want to go to Miami. Bullshit. You didn't want to go to Miami. Skip saved your ass. Now that we all know the ties that Skip Bertman has in Miami and you're making out with somebody underneath the bleachers, again, your skull kicked in by Iowa, but they're not going to put 2003 LSU. Why? Because it's Nick Saban. Well, Blake, Nick Saban's had success after that. What's your point? LSU has. LSU's had the success. Over the last 20 years, they've had the success. Over 16 years, they've been one of the top premier programs in the country. Actually, they're number 2. Ohio State can't say shit. USC can't say shit. Michigan can't say nothing. They're Rudy Poos. But all of this just culminates into when you see something about LSU. Well, Blake, you shouldn't worry about what these other national people are saying about LSU. Say that to recruits. Say that to recruits. You want a kid in Texas, didn't grow up an LSU fan, he sees that, he goes, man, LSU might be on the decline.